Donald Fickey Jr.'s death was ruled a suicide, but family members believe it was a homicide.
DJ Fickey was a young father of 3.
He would have never wanted his kids to grow up without a daddy.
Police said he shot himself.
I believe it was listed as a suicide on the first day that the investigation began.
But his family is convinced he was murdered.
He was telling me, "Mom, if you don't come and get me, I'm gonna die here."
Something didn't add up.
My brother was right-handed, and he was shot in the left cheek.
Was someone trying to cover up the truth?
You can't have 3 people in a love triangle and bad things not happen.
DJ's family says investigators mishandled the case.
It was a botched investigation from the beginning.
And they want answers.
We know this wasn't a suicide, and it's not right that they're letting someone get away with this.
What really happened to DJ Fickey? 27-year-old DJ Fickey was the kind of fun-loving guy who lit up a room.
Everybody was always laughing. Everybody was in a good mood when he was around. It was like his priority to make everyone happy.
But there was sadness in his life. DJ was named after his dad, Donald, who died when he was 14.
He was a daddy's boy. His daddy meant everything to him, and he never got over my dad's death.
Both DJ and his wife, Brandy, had struggled with substance abuse, and DJ's mother often had to step in to take care of their 3 children. But after going through rehab, DJ was rebuilding his life, training as a professional fighter.
He was doing good.
My brother didn't want anything more than to live happily ever after like any other family.
But DJ's wife, Brandy, continued to battle with addiction, and it took a toll on their marriage. Brandy was constantly leaving DJ to stay with a man DJ's family refers to as the roommate.
Brandy would continue to go back to the roommate because Brandy had a drug problem, and the roommate was supplying her with drugs. That's why she would leave my brother.
There was tension between the 2 men from the start.
They didn't get along at all.
It escalated when Brandy and the roommate began having an affair.
She was being unfaithful.
DJ still wanted to fix things with his wife, so he continued to visit Brandy. But when he did, the roommate was often violent.
The roommate actually put a knife to his throat and attacked him with a golf club, and my brother grabbed a bat, and they was fighting each other with that.
Eventually, DJ got fed up. On October 3rd, 2016, he went to the trailer home in Flintstone, Georgia, where his wife was staying with the roommate, begging her to leave. But things quickly got heated. DJ texted his mom, telling her that he was fighting with the roommate and things were out of hand.
He was texting me and telling me, "Mom, if you don't come and get me, I'm gonna die here."
3 minutes later, the roommate called 911.
Okay, what's the problem? We got a guy shot himself.
DJ had been shot in the face.
My mom called me and she was just hysterical. I couldn't understand anything she was saying. And just out of nowhere, she blurted out, "DJ's dead." And that was the worst day of my life.
Based on the roommate's claim that DJ shot himself, the medical examiner ruled the death a suicide. But DJ's family insisted that was impossible.
My brother was right-handed, and he was shot in the left cheek.
A private investigator hired by the family agreed.
He would have had to be sitting down and hold the shotgun like this.
DJ's mother adamantly rejected the idea that her son had taken his own life.
He did not have suicide on his mind.
He was texting her up until the time he got shot. "Mom, come get me. I don't feel safe." It wasn't, "Mom, I'm gonna take my life."
And when he was questioned, the roommate gave police conflicting accounts of what actually happened.
He changed his story 3 to 4 times.
DJ died in the living room. Besides the roommate, there were 2 other people in the trailer when the gun went off. DJ's wife, Brandy, and also a man who was a friend of the roommate. The man told police he heard a tense exchange between DJ and the roommate before the gun went off. Brandy couldn't confirm that. She said she was too distraught to even give a statement, but there were suspicious hints of a cover-up.
You don't have to be a genius to look at crime scene photos and see a brand new bottle of bleach sitting where someone supposedly just took their life.
The gun that DJ Fickey was shot with belonged to the man who was having an affair with his wife. but the police never did any tests on the gun.
The gun itself wasn't forensically tested. There was no fingerprints tested on it.
DJ's family says the police also ignored the fact that it looked like someone had tried to clean things up.
The crime scene photos indicated that they cleaned the crime scene prior to the police arriving. There was a basket, a trash basket, and on top of that trash basket was a white towel full of blood.
The family was frustrated.
We know this wasn't a suicide. We know it wasn't a suicide.
Everything changed when DJ's wife, Brandy, suddenly announced that she did want to give a statement, and she dropped a bombshell. She said the police were wrong. Her husband's death was definitely murder, not suicide.
She saw the roommate come out of a bedroom behind my brother with a shotgun. Brandy saw the roommate actually kill my brother.
Investigators immediately asked the roommate to take a polygraph test. The results indicated deceptive answers to two critical questions. Did you point the gun at DJ? And did you shoot DJ? The roommate continued to insist that DJ shot himself, but after talking to him, two detectives told the district attorney that DJ's death was a homicide.
So you have two people who are trained to look at all the evidence, came forward and said that in their professional opinion, it was a homicide.
Even then, the district attorney refused to change the medical examiner's ruling that DJ's death was a suicide. DJ's family believes it's because the DA doesn't want to admit they made a mistake.
Because the medical examiner ruled it as a suicide, the DA says that it is a suicide.
I don't know if the DA even looked at the paperwork. I wonder if he didn't just see stamped on there suicide, and that's what he went with.
DJ's family is angry. They believe the roommate killed DJ and then tried to cover it up.
In my opinion, I believe the roommate was staging a suicide.
DJ's loved ones think his case was mishandled from the beginning, and that police brushed it off because of DJ's troubled past.
It's a joke to them or something. I don't understand it.
They didn't do their jobs, and that's wrong.
The Georgia Bureau of Investigation considers the case closed, and DJ's death is still listed as a suicide. His family is devastated, especially for his young children, who are now living with DJ's mom.
His babies, the little 4-year-old, asked him where his daddy's at, wanting to see his daddy. And it just breaks my heart.
They want the case reopened, the cause of death changed, and DJ's killer brought to justice.
If it takes me until I'm 100 years old, I'll fight every day. I won't give up.
Follow Still a Mystery for new episodes and updates.